Subhuti, one of Buddha's most devoted disciples, harbored a deep desire to share his master's teachings with the world. One serene morning, as Buddha resided in Jetavana near his humble abode in Gandakuta, Subhuti approached him with a profound request. With deep respect, Subhuti bowed before Buddha and said, "O Shasta, I yearn to spread your message far and wide. May I have your blessing and permission?" Buddha gazed at him and responded, "Rise, Subhuti. Becoming a teacher is not an easy path, even if your words are filled with wisdom and beauty. There will always be those who criticize and condemn you." Subhuti, undeterred, replied, "With your grace and blessings, dear Tathagat, I believe I can withstand such challenges. Do I have your permission?" Buddha remained silent for a moment, deep in thought, while Subhuti patiently waited with his head bowed. Meanwhile, other monks approached Buddha with various pressing matters related to Jetavana and the growing number of retreat centers and monasteries across India. 3 hours passed, and Buddha had his meal, retiring to his cottage for his daily rest. After a few more hours, when Buddha emerged for his evening discourse, he found Subhuti still waiting with bowed head. "Subhuti," Buddha remarked, "you're still here. I thought my silence had conveyed the answer to your question." Subhuti replied humbly, "I lack the wisdom to interpret your silence, Lord. No one truly can." Buddha smiled and assumed his lotus posture. He continued to inquire, "Subhuti, what if you go to a village to teach and people refuse to listen to you? How would you react?" Subhuti responded, "I would not be disheartened, Lord, for I would remind myself that at least they are not insulting or accusing me." Buddha inquired further, "And if they do insult and accuse you?" Subhuti maintained his composure. "I would still smile, O Tathagat, and remind myself that enduring such challenges is a small price to pay for spreading your message. After all, they may do far worse, resorting to physical harm." Buddha continued, "And what if they go so far as to hurl stones at you?" Subhuti remained resolute. "I would still find solace in Tathagat's grace and remind myself that at least they haven't pinned me down and taken my life." Buddha persisted, "And if they go to that extreme, Subhuti, and they take your life?" Subhuti looked up, his eyes glistening with tears, and with unwavering devotion, he declared, "I would be overjoyed, Tathagat, for there can be no better nirvana than departing while spreading your message at your feet." Touched by Subhuti's unwavering dedication, Buddha rose from his seat and embraced him. He proclaimed, "Subhuti, you possess the qualities of a true teacher. The morning was merely a test of your patience. You have the spiritual attitude required for a noble mission." In Subhuti's story, we find a profound demonstration of the 3 core virtues that define a person's spiritual attitude: patience, selflessness, and determination. In Subhuti's character, we also glimpse a sense of gratitude and surrender. Developing an unconditional spiritual attitude necessitates nurturing patience and selflessness. Human suffering often originates from unmet desires and expectations. People frequently ponder why they aren't valued, loved, or appreciated. This predicament, however, shouldn't impede our spiritual evolution. This leads us to the crux of the matter: cultivating a spiritual attitude. It entails not always placing ourselves at the center of our decisions and actions. Instead of constantly seeking personal gain, we should consider acts of selflessness. When we give, it shouldn't be with an expectation of reciprocity. True selflessness requires detachment from the outcome. Have you ever noticed how we sometimes give a gift and then anxiously inquire about its use? If we take offense when the recipient doesn't meet our expectations, we haven't truly given. Our gift still binds us. If you aspire to contribute to a noble cause and find fulfillment, developing a spiritual attitude towards life and the world is indispensable. This perspective involves enduring adversity without relinquishing patience, selflessness, and compassion. Sometimes, immersing oneself in larger concerns is the only way to transcend personal issues. Worry and self-concern are inherent tendencies. Instead of dwelling on trivial matters, direct your energy toward greater, altruistic causes, like Molinus Rudin carrying an umbrella with holes. Our self-centered baggage can't protect us from life's challenges. True fulfillment isn't solely achieved through meditation or yoga. It's rooted in one's attitude. Saints across religions who never practiced elaborate rituals were no less enlightened. Their common thread was a compassionate worldview. A spiritual perspective magnifies life. Forgiveness, selflessness, patience, compassion, and gratitude flow naturally when one possesses such an attitude. Be patient. Give generously and watch how nature reciprocates without fail. Subhuti's unwavering commitment to spreading the teachings of Buddha exemplifies the core virtues that define a spiritual attitude: patience, selflessness, and determination. It emphasizes gratitude and obedience, shifting the focus away from personal gain. This spiritual attitude enables us to endure adversity and transcend personal concerns. By directing our energies toward altruistic endeavors, we find a more fulfilling life. This perspective naturally nurtures feelings of tolerance, patience, and gratitude, eliciting responses from the natural world